Now let's turn to Haining. Haining.
Hi, Yan. Hi, everyone. Thank you. First, give a quick introduction about myself. My name is Mason, and Yan call me Haining. That's my Chinese name. I came from China 20 years ago, and I've been with York Regional Police for 12 years. And Canada is always a special country for me, like it's my second country. And I love this country. Every time I go and travel, come back, I always feel appreciation that I'm lucky enough to live in this land. And here, Canada is always my dream country for rights, freedom, and better life. But recently, because of the anti-Asian hate crimes, it concerns us. And it makes me think, those perpetrators attack women and seniors, those vulnerables from the back. What if those people are my family member, my wife, and my kids, and all the people who share the same identity as me? So let me share some of my presentation here. I'll talk about it from the hate crime prevention perspective. And I work for York Regional Police Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Bureau. And I have been here for 6 years. Yeah. So Canada is a country that has human rights. Like the overview of the presentation, I'm going to talk about briefly. I'm going to mention about hate crime and hate incident, and what Criminal Code of Canada say about the hate crime. What's your response? Because your first response counts, right? I'll provide some tips to how to report hate crime. And also, at last, I'll mention some personal safety and home safety as a bonus. So from Roy's presentation, you can see that as a Chinese Canadian, we had some histories that being discriminated and had hard time, especially in early 20th centuries, right? However, the world is moving forward, and everything is getting better and better. When I came 20 years ago, I heard some immigrants was telling me that they had bad experience when Japan was have a really good economic development, and there's lots of hate, there are lots of discriminations, right? But however, things start changing after April 17th, 1982, right? When the Charter of Rights and the Freedom comes out and become like a Constitution of Canada. So, which means from the government level, from the country's level, that's a law that people are equal. People have their rights and freedom, and the country is not discriminating. The government is stopping those kind of discriminations, and everybody shares the same rights and freedom. So I believe nowadays we're better and better, but however, sometimes because of so many reasons, geopolitical reasons, religion reasons, the interest of different country, and things like that could change. But we don't want to go back. So let me quickly share what's a hate crime. You can see those pictures, right? And those are mischiefs, and one of them are like threatening a lesbian on the bus. Okay. So criminal or not criminal. So when we're talking about criminal offense, so any criminal offense could be a hate crime. Any crime could become a hate crime if it associated with a race, ethnicity, language, color, religion, sex, age, mental or physical disability, sexual orientation, or other similar factors. Okay, it can become like hate crime. Once it's become a hate incident, we want you to report to us. We want to know who is this offender, who is this person causing the issue. We're gonna have some word with that person, okay? Remember, calling names is not offense, okay? But if there's something mixed with those factors, you can report to police, okay? If some people call you bad name, okay? Bad word. You call police will say, no, there's no offense. We cannot do nothing. Okay, you can call that person the same name. But that person, if that person have anything anything that has a race, religion, those kind of things I mentioned before, and you can come report to us. We will do the investigation. So once again, let me give you a quick example here. Crime and hate crime. When there's a graffiti, right, it's crime and mischief of a property. But if there's a graffiti says kill blacks and become hate crime, okay? We treat hate crime seriously. Or say kill Chinese, right? Or go back to China. That's hate crime, okay? Robbing a young girl is crime. But if the girl is a lesbian, you know she's a lesbian, and you rob the girl, and become hate crime. Okay. Speeding like on a person, it's assault, right? But if that person has a religion, because of that religion, you did the thing to the person, it become hate crime. In criminal code, hate crime has a definition about hate propaganda. Okay, there's 3 portions are very important: advocating genocide, public incitement of hatred, willful promotion of hatred. Okay, anything that the person related, like your race, your ethnicity, language, color, religion, gender, age, mental, physical disability, sexual orientation, those kind of things. One factor or multiple factors related. It could be hate propaganda. It's really actually it's a real hate crime, okay? The hate crime I mentioned before was a hate motivated crime. So let's talk about some offenders' motivation, right? Sometimes it's a reaction, okay? Like for example, if somebody go to Chinese restaurant, they eat the food, they're not happy about the service, right? Then they calling the owner or server names, like Chinaman, for example. And this become like reactive. If he damaged the property over there, right? It become hate crime. Sometimes people looking for some excitement, right? Like young people, they treat some weak people like they attack the woman, they attack the senior, right? They feel excited, right? And become their motivation. some people, they feel like they're entitled, okay? I'm black, I'm entitled. I'm white, I'm entitled, right? They may do something that feel like you're not supposed to be at same level as them, okay? Mission oriented. So sometimes, for example, 911, right? It's mission oriented. Those people, they have target, they have a goal to do the business, right? Ethnocentrism, it could happen to any ethnic group. Like sometimes Chinese thinks that some Chinese thinks they're the center of the universe. Other people all are Guilao, ghosts, right? Some black people think we're the black power. We're better than other people. Some Indian people may think, okay, we're the center, right? That could cause an issue. Intolerance is easy, right? And because you're different, right? Because you're minority, they don't tolerate you, right? Fear, like Roy mentioned about fear, racism, right? Sometimes they scared and they want to do something, right? Economic reasons like recession, depression, right? It causes lots of issues, crimes, and also, the hate crime could arise. And sometimes new immigrants, you come here, they think you take away their job. They think that you are too qualified. Sometimes they couldn't get a job, right? And sometimes you're too successful. You come with money. You come with money buying big mansions, fancy cars, right? And they don't like it. And sometimes because of religion, right? Muslims against Jewish people, or Jewish against Muslim, right? It could happen. There's so many reasons. So we have to go to the bottom if something happens. We have to find out. Hate crime is underreported, especially when COVID-19 happened. And we know that there's lots of incidents hate crime was not reported. For example, in the region, there's a restaurant. After the COVID-19, people was making phone calls to the restaurant, want a bath soup, making comments on Facebook. It was reported on news, but we never get a report. Okay, we know that it's underreported. So, however, we do encourage the community come and report to us. So, if there's 10 cases and only 2 cases was reported to us, we don't see the big picture. But however, if we have 8, 9, 10 report to us, then we know how serious the issue is. Then the resource can go to those issues, like police resource, the government resource, the policy making, the regulation, right? All can based on those things. So that's why we encourage people to come and report to us. Okay, and the report has lots of reasons. Like for example, sometimes they're scared being retaliated, right? Sometimes they scared that police will not take it seriously, right? Why I waste my time, right? And sometimes they afraid that reopen the scar, right? It's gonna hurt. Or already hurt one time, I don't want to do the second time, right? Sometimes there's a mistrust of law enforcement. We understand that we have lots of people from different countries, have different background. Sometimes they have bad experience with their own country's police. So they come here, they assume that we're the same. Actually, I can assure you we're different, right? is here. We serve the community, we protect the community, right? We're not a tool for the government to utilize us to against the people here or community here. And the classification difficulty. Sometimes you don't know, you're not sure if it's a hate crime, should I report it, right? It's not a big problem. You just need to talk to somebody. Talk to somebody you may know, right? Or even you can walk to the police station, talk to police officers, say, hey, I got this situation. Is this a hate crime or not? What should I do, right? And language is a big issue. And I understand lots of people, they're afraid that because of their language is not good, they don't want to go there, like embarrass themselves. But it's okay. We have all kinds of language service. You can come and report to us. We'll find some kind of some people speak same kind of language to you. Then we can help you. So when you see the when you see the pictures, what should be your first response, right? And you don't want to see your neighborhood like this. Let me tell you a series called Brick Window Series. It was in New York many years ago. Then certain area is really bad, right? And this new chief came into power, and he found out those things. He found out that there's one brick window, and after you wait a while, there's third window being break, fourth, and many more. Then this area become like a really bad, right? Then he start fixing the windows, clean all the graffitis, right? Then people noticed that. And when the first guy did the thing, break the window being fixed right away, the second people may think, okay, people taking this seriously, I won't do it, right? But if they don't fix the window, the second people, third people will feel like, okay, it's okay, I do that, it's okay. Because nobody cares. When you care, the perpetrators, the criminals, they will think twice. Trust me, they will think twice. So when this kind of thing happen, like you see the graffitis on the wall, says go back to China, you come to report to police. Police will do the investigation, then we'll clean up this, right? And the perpetrator will be what? They will be thinking, okay, should I do it second time, right? If you don't care, you keep that on the wall, what are they gonna think? They will say, oh, that's fine. They're okay with that. No, you should be the first one to say, I'm not okay with that. Like when Roy was mentioned, his coworker said, China man. He stood up for himself, right? You stand up for yourself. It's like you stand up for other people. You stand up for yourself. You stand up for other people will stand up for you. As simple as that. So you need to be vigilant. You need to be alert. Help yourself is helping other people. You're helping other people will help you. So tips to report hate crime. We understand that the first thing is that you need to report. Okay, you need to report. Doesn't matter is it hate crime or people calling you name. Okay, and we need you to report and collect the evidence, like for example, pictures, statement, witnesses, addresses, plate numbers, whatever you can collect the evidence, right? When there's graffitis, mischief, and inform us before you clean it. Before we finish all the evidence collection, don't clean it. And sometimes people say, oh, it's hard, it's really bad, looks on the street, we cleaned it. No, wait for us to do the report, to do the investigation, then you clean it. And once again, when the small things happens, you need to step back and think about it, okay? From a bigger picture, okay? Hate crime, sometimes it's one person, you feel like it's targeting you, but it actually is not. It's a whole community. Like the 6 Asian women, probably everybody knows, in American being killed in Atlanta, right? And not only had impact in America, it has a ripple effect to Canada, Europe, all over the world, okay? That's how big it is, okay? It's not a small thing. You need to look the big picture. So you need to come and report it when there's hate crime. What can you do? Let's talk about the elevator safety. When you're in elevator, right, stand back and wait. If you don't like the person, you don't go inside. If you went inside, that person wants to come in, you can leave. You're free to leave, right? And if you're only two people inside, and stay close to that control panel for your own safety, right? Walking and jogging, and try to use a buddy system. Take a dog, right? If somebody follow you, go to the public place or police station. Tell someone where you're going, right? And go to a well-lighted place, and use clothes that being visible can be seen, right? Look confident, being vigilant, plan your own route, right? If you can change your route from time to time, do that. And underground parking, right? Alert, always be alert. That's important. When you're by yourself, always be vigilant. Look around, right? Pay attention. If there is any suspicious person, move away, quickly move away, right? If you're in the car, lock the door. And again, hide your valuables. Safety around the house, and secure your house is important, right? And your window and your door, your locks are all important. And alarm system is important. Do not put a spare key somewhere, like under the mat, on the frame of the door, right? Secure your garage door opener. Don't put on your Facebook or Instagram that you're on vacation somewhere, or you're at the beach or somewhere. When you come back, sometimes the house is empty, right? Tell your neighbor you're on vacation. Look after your newspapers, stuff like that. Cut your grass, remove your snows in wintertime. Landscaping is the important part. You see the picture here, right? When there's lots of bush and trees, and the bad guy can easily break your door, and nobody sees it. We want you to trim those trees and bushes. See, and do not leave the two ladders around the house so that they can easily get into your window. Don't open the door to strangers. But there's one thing is sometimes you can answer the door, right? You don't have to open it. Let them know somebody is inside the house, right? You can tell them you're not welcome, and yeah, they know somebody is inside the house, they will leave, right? If some people say we're providing service, you can always ask for ID, right? Don't leave underage children home alone. That's my presentation.